On Saturday, the world's biggest sporting event kicked off the round of 16 with the Netherlands scoring yet another victory and the United States learning firsthand why they call it the knockout stages. And this was especially humiliating for the US because the Dutch team plays in those little wooden shoes, so... But don't be sad, don't be sad. The good news for America is the next World Cup will be in the US. Yeah. Which means all the players will be allowed to use guns. Yeah. Don't worry. They can't use their hands to shoot them. Should be interesting. In international news, after months of protests over its strict hijab laws, Iran is reportedly considering abolishing its infamous morality police. Yeah. That's right. And if that happened, it would be wild. Iran might defund the police before Milwaukee. Speaking of morality police, some news out of the US Supreme Court. This morning, the justices heard arguments on whether a Colorado-based web designer can refuse to build websites for gay weddings, which she says violates her religious beliefs. And I'm sorry, but what is this web designer's process that making a wedding website violates her religious beliefs? Well, it's just like, okay, I'm adding your hotel block info, time and date of ceremony, a hardcore video of the two of you ripping each other, and done. Out of here, man. All right, let's move on to some of the biggest stories of the day, starting with Twitter. It's what Elon Musk bought for his midlife crisis instead of a Lamborghini. Over the weekend, Elon released the so-called Twitter files, which many conservatives had hoped would prove that Twitter colluded with Democrats to censor news about Hunter Biden's laptop during the 2020 election. Instead, they mostly just showed the Biden campaign asking Twitter to take down nude photos of Hunter Biden. So yeah, sorry everyone, if you want to see naked people, you've got to go to every other website on the internet, I guess. So the Twitter files turned out to be a major letdown for conservatives, right? There was no proof of a conspiracy to help defeat Donald Trump, but you know who doesn't care about any of that? Donald Trump.
Former President Donald Trump's false claims about the 2020 election now have him calling for the Constitution to be terminated. With the revelation of massive and widespread fraud and deception in working closely with big tech companies, the DNC and the Democratic Party, do you throw the presidential election results of 2020 out and declare the rightful winner, or do you have a new election? A massive fraud of this type and magnitude allows for the termination of all rules, regulations, and articles, even those found in the Constitution.
Yeah, that's right. The Republican frontrunner for President of the United States wants to terminate the Constitution because Twitter wouldn't allow him to see Hunter Biden's dick. Yeah. He's like, I want to see the pee-pee. I want to see it. I want to see what I'm dealing with. If you want to see Hunter Biden's dick, just get a bag of cocaine like everyone else, Mr. President. Also, why is this still news? Can anyone tell me? Why is this still even a headline? Donald Trump thinks this undermines the election. He thinks that about everything. Everything. However the math equation starts, his answer is always the same. Doesn't matter where it is. Like a waiter could come up like, I'm sorry, sir, the kitchen says we've run out of the Mickey Mouse pancakes. This is the last straw. We need to redo the election. We do have the Donald Duck waffles. It's too late. I'm storming the Capitol. I'll have those to go, please. And look, I get that Trump doesn't like to lose, but my man, 2020 is over. You've got to move on. You know, Trump is like one of those guys who never stops trying to get back with his ex. Like he's texting her years later like, hey, you up? And she's like, yeah, I'm up with my kids from my marriage. He's like, oh, still playing hard to get, huh? I like that. But honestly, though, what a start to the Trump 2024 campaign. First, he had dinner with Nazi lovers. Now he's calling to scrap the Constitution. What's next? Was he going to give the Lincoln Memorial enormous boobs and still the GOP's going to come out like, well, I personally would have gone with a tasteful B cup, but I think President Trump's heart is in the right place. But enough of Trump and his craziness. Let's calm things down with a news story out of Tampa, Florida, where we finally found the answer to the quantum physics paradox. What happens when a police officer pulls over the chief of police.
Tampa's top cop has been placed on administrative leave after she flashed her badge, apparently using her status as police chief to get out of a traffic stop.
After the deputy proceeds to explain to them why they were being pulled over, which, by the way, was because they were driving a golf cart on a public road without the appropriate tags, this happened.
Is your camera on?
It is.
I'm the police chief in Tampa.
Oh, how you doing?
I'm doing good.
Okay.
I'm hoping that you'll just let us go tonight.
Oh, okay, yeah. All right, folks. Well, have a good night. Oh, all right.
You ever need anything, call me.
Okay.
Serious.
All right. Appreciate that.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. You're welcome.
Thank you for your service.
Oh. You know, I don't know what's funnier in that video. First of all, I think it's crazy that she asks if the officer's body cam is on before incriminating herself. Right? Because what was she going to do if the body camera was off? Oh, it's not recording. Quick, dog, whapping over the head. Let's get out of here. Just hit him. And secondly, I love how she does that thing. Like, if you notice it, she does that thing that white people do where they act like it hurts them to pull rank over you. You see that thing where she's like, do you know, it turns out I'm the chief of police. Yeah, that's... I didn't want to bring it up, but I am. White people love doing that shit. Yeah, they'll be at a hotel like, can I get a late checkout for my room? Be like, I'm sorry, sir, we can't accommodate you. But I do own the hotel. Yeah, I'm Brad Radisson. Yeah. That's what I love about black people. There's no pretending. You know, black people aren't pretending that it pains them to wield their power over you. They'll just tell you. Be like, sorry, sir, we can't do a late checkout for you. Like, late checkout for me? Bitch, I own this hotel. Shit, I check out when I want. You gonna tell Daquan Radisson when he can check out of his own hotel? I tell you, you can check out. Now, after this video came out, the mayor of Tampa suspended this police chief. And because of the pressure, she was forced to resign, which can I just say is the biggest waste of a scandal of all time. This is what you use your power. You realize there are police chiefs who have stolen millions of dollars in drug money. Meanwhile, she's out here like, yeah, I pulled some strings and drove super slow on the highway. But enough about that. Let's move on to a story that had the internet buzzing all weekend. And it's about artificial intelligence, which, by the way, is not when you regurgitate an Atlantic article and act like you thought of it for yourself. No. For years, people have been wondering when we would see the next step in natural language processing from the world of AI. And it looks like the future is already here.
A new artificial intelligence is astounding the internet with its ease of use and human-like writing ability. ChatGPT was open to the public last weekend, and many have already posted their interactions with the bot. So far, it's written television scripts, fixed coding errors, and even explained scientific concepts in the voice of a pirate.
Yeah, that's right. For years, people have been saying robots might be able to pack boxes, but they will never be able to write a poem like human beings. Well, it turns out your shitty poetry has some competition. Because I don't know if you've used this chatbot, but it is insane. Not only can it understand a question you're asking, and then teach you about the most complicated topics. It can design a lesson plan, it can give you the information, and it's not regurgitating it, it's explaining it to you. It can also write out the answers as if a pirate was teaching you. You understand how amazing that is? Like, quantum physics is one, but a pirate on top of that? Like, I wish I had this technology as a kid. The only reason I failed any subject is because the teacher was boring. But if Blackbeard was teaching me about physics, I would have remembered everything. Yeah, light operates as both a wave and a particle. The same way you can operate as both a human and fish food. Walk the plank. Don't forget to do your homework. Obviously, this technology has a lot of people asking, is this going to replace my job as a teacher or as a receptionist, a journalist, or even an author? And the truth is, we don't really know. But it is interesting to see how our fears about AI have shifted radically over the years. Right? In the 80s and the 90s, we thought that in the future, people would be like, these damn machines are wiping out the human race. And now our fear is that in the future we're going to be like, these damn machines keep writing love letters to my wife. She's going to leave me. And you got to admit, it's weird that we're this obsessed with robots talking like humans, but we all hate talking to actual humans, right? Like everyone's using this like, wow, it's like I'm talking to my mom. It's like, hey, your mom's actually calling you right now. Let it go to voicemail. Let it go to voicemail. Ask it if it's proud of me. All right, that's it for the headlines. But before we go to break, it's time to check in on all the latest social media trends with our very own Ronnie Chang, everybody.
Thanks, Trevor. Thank you.
What is happening online?
Well, I've been pouring through tweets, Instagrams, OnlyFans, TikToks, Snapchats, OnlyFans, 4chans, Mastodons, OnlyFans again. And now I'm mentally ill. Here's what's trending. The World Cup, where for 90 minutes, two countries can put politics aside and hate each other based on pure ethnicity. Today, Croatia beat Japan and Brazil knocked South Korea out. And the thing about the World Cup is that when you come from a country like me, Malaysia, that's never in the World Cup, all you can do is cheer for people who look a little bit like you. Japan, Korea, and then when they get eliminated, you just cheer for whoever's not white. So, France. But the big story of the day, as you said, was the AI chatbot, the f***ing Charles Dickens robot trying to make Siri look illiterate. Personally, I don't like this bot, okay? Because every time you ask it a question, it cranks out a 10,000-word think piece. Relax, we got enough humans with opinions. I don't need my Roomba to develop a hot take on anti-Semitism. And by the way, did I miss an update or something? Because we got robots writing sonnets here, but every time I call Verizon, that robot can't even recognize me saying yes. Okay, so let's bring back the picture AI. Bring back that one. That one was cool. They were putting Drake in the Matrix. Now that was useful, all right? And if you don't recognize this, that means that you're not on Black Twitter enough, because that shit was popping, all right? Follow me at Stir Fry Hotep. And by the way, it's a joke for the black people. And by the way, I know you're saying this AI is going to take over a lot of jobs, okay? And maybe it will, but I'm not worried about it taking over comedy jobs. Because AI can't do what we do, all right? AI doesn't have the emotion, the artistry, or the fundamental ability to get hit in the balls. And as we know, nothing is as funny as getting hit in the balls. I mean, the magic of what we do is not a mathematical equation that can just, ow! 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 You see that? You see that, Trevor? Ow! You see how funny that was? An AI bot can never do that. So you can kiss my ass, R2-D2. Everyone's so excited about this thing, but I mean, look at what people are tweeting about it. I mean, just look at this guy. Look at this idiot. What? Oh, AI is the future. Oh wow, what a genius. Did this guy go to MIT? I mean, what's he gonna predict next? That Apple will come up with a new iPhone next year? I mean, I hope this guy's a bot, because no human will write anything that's stupid. Anyway, Trevor, I gotta go meet this really hot woman online. She really likes me and she's smart as hell and she talks like a pirate. So I'll see you later, loser.
Well, good luck with that, Ronnie.